Wow, your shoulders are really tight. Are they stressing you out again?
Yeah.
Well, you know you always got me, right? I'm always gonna be here. Baby, I'm your ride or die. And as quiet as it's kept, you and I are the real team freak.
Of course. Word of my mom's. I never had this feeling with any other woman in my life. And she gave me a different feeling, which was something I fell in love with. I never asked her to be my girlfriend. It just became that. You could tell when we started falling, like, I get a text message and she's, who's that? And it's just like, oh, so we worried now. Oh, so no more of that? All right, you know what I mean? So that's how I came to agreement.
What's different about Yvette?
Well, when you could teach me something or give me knowledge about anything, I'm already attracted to you as a person. I love learning, and she was very intellectual, and she's a very strong woman. And
Are you ready for your chance at 1500 VC? Are you ready for your chance? 1500 VC. Today's NBA 2K TV is an interactive special.
Tough matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point, so I better man up.
To the Verizon Center, the home of the Wizards. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Guys, kind of a battle there. They pulled out a 4-point win, though.
A lot of firepower coming off the bench in that game really allowed them to escape with victory.
I thought the bench was the X factor for them. You can't rely on that kind of scoring coming from the reserves every game. But when it shows up, it's a nice weapon.
And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. Bulls trail by 12. Now Rose. He had 13 points in the win against the Raptors in Toronto. There's the dish to Noah. He feeds it to Butler. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. And spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Let's highlight the shooting guard position now and see which among them have averaged the most points in the second half of the season. Second, Jimmy Butler.
And night after night, we see this group punish opposing defenses. I mean, if you pick one way to deal with them, they'll beat you another way.
Yeah, you don't have to take a long look at their point totals to see that this is the premier group of scorers at the premier scoring position in the NBA. Shooting guard can flat out bring it.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Washington. Sessions comes in for John Wall. Here's Prince, and Butler sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And a wide open look for Free. Drills it from outside. And the Wizards lead by 13.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense too.
Now here's Butler. He had 16 points in the win against Toronto.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Stay down.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Butler kicks to Rose. Pass to Noah. Outside Rose. Inside. Here's Portis. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Portis has got his first bucket of the night.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injury. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
Now here's Prince. Coming off a stellar performance against Detroit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Outside Butler. Just 5 to shoot. With some art, and that one's good. Butler's got 6.
And, you know, back to D. Rose. He grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
Noah with it, picked up by Nene. Butler passes to Portis. Back to Butler. And it's blocked. Here's Prince. And another miss by Washington. Bulls trail by 7. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. You find out, DB.
We went over the matchups in tonight's game, and when we came to Nene, he told me, now there's a player. You just don't find big men with that kind of body who's that light on his feet. I don't know if it's his soccer background, but the way he moves, it's awfully tough to stay between him and the iron. that's the goal, but we'll see if they're able to make it happen. Back to you.
And thanks for that story, Doris. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Butler. 9 points in the game so far.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Wizards leading by 4. And Sessions kicks to Prince. Another miss by Prince.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
Good. And that's now 7 points for Derrick Rose.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot. And I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs. Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Here's Noah following the bucket by the Wizards. Pass to Mirotic from outside the arc. Rebounded by Dudley.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
That's good. And now a 6-point Wizards lead.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Butler gets it to go.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Nene, the screen. Prince dishes to Temple. The rebound by Noah.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Rose, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Come on with it, with it. Come on with it, with it. Me and you getting it up, don't even go there. Come on with it, with it. Come on with it, with it.
And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his newfound excitement playing with the Chicago Bulls. I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark, was great. He clearly gave it a lot of thought. It's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates. Ask Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
But great pair of Washington making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Markieff Morris. And Freak subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for McDermott. And it's Butler in for Mike Dunleavy. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.